Hi, welcome to Road by Culture. I'm your host, Kevin Isley. Today, we're going to talk about Els Angels, the famous ride out of Girona. Els Angels is a 26-mile loop from downtown Girona in the old part of town where we were staying. It has 2,387 vertical feet of climbing, and you reach an altitude of over 1,500 feet. Pretty respectable for a nice little ride. Els Angels are located in the Les Gavares Mountains, a protected nature reserve in a forest of dwarf oak trees. Starting in Girona, you will climb the west side of Els Angels. This side is not as steep, but it's a much longer climb than the east side. And the first climb comes 2.5 miles from leaving downtown Girona. This ride is a pretty easy ride with an average gradient of 3.3%. It has a couple pitches about 8%, but for the most part, you're going to be between 5 and 3% climbing. It takes you through a wooded forest with very little traffic, but absolutely spectacular views. This is a perfect ride to talk to your friends, have a good time, and just realize that you're cycling in Spain. As you meander upward, you will be on a lot of straight road with a couple of really beautiful switchbacks. A great place to stop and video your friends going around the switchback like we did right here. Like I said, this is a great ride for talking with your friends because you don't expend a lot of energy. But if you just stay quiet for a while and listen to your bike, the cranks, the shifting of gears, your breathing, your heart rate, you will begin to hear the massive amount of birds in this area. And it is so peaceful and tranquil. It is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous ride. Once you summit the climb, you will reach a church called Sanctuary dels Angels, or Sanctuary of the Angels. This is a beautiful, beautiful church that was constructed in 1409 and was the place of Salvador Dali's wedding. This is absolutely an Instagrammable moment, and you should not forget to bring your selfie stick. The church today is a hotel that you can stay in, although it was closed when we went there, and there is supposedly a cafe which was closed when we got there. From this vantage point, you can see the Pyrenees and all the way to Costa Brava. It is absolutely spectacular, stunning views up here. Take a moment and enjoy where you are. Once you leave the church, you will descend down the eastern side of the mountain, which is not as long as the western side, but it is a lot steeper, which makes for a very fast and serpentine ride. Hold on, this is a really beautiful descent. Once you reach the bottom of the descent, you are in the town of Madremanya, which is a beautiful old town with a castle. We headed over there for lunch. We decided to eat on the terrace of the restaurant La Placa, which is within the city walls and near the castle. This is a medieval town with beautiful surroundings, and when you're sitting on the terrace, you're looking out over the valley and at Els Angels, and it is a really tranquil and serene place to eat. The restaurant is a Michelin-rated restaurant, and we started with a course of truffle-stuffed chocolates, which were extremely rich. So if you like truffles and you like chocolate, this is a combination I would have never put together, but absolutely fantastic. All the vegetables are grown within the garden of the restaurant, which is seasonal and absolutely perfect, and you're just tasting the valley that you're looking out upon, and it is a spectacular taste. We ate local cheeses and we ate cured meats, and the rosé we were drinking was perfect for a relaxing mid-ride lunch stop. Once you leave the restaurant, you're riding on undulating roads through green fields and small towns. There are a few good climbs here too. Once you leave the tranquility of the area, you end up on Route C65, which is a main artery into Girona. So this is a really busy road, and you want to stay very cautious and stay all the way to the right on the shoulder, and cars are going to go whizzing by you. And there's one intersection that's really hard to make off of that road, but you have to do it, and there's big trucks going by, so just be careful. It kind of ruins the scene. If you want to avoid C65, there's a couple of other ways that add more miles to the ride. Also, if you want to add more miles to this ride, there's a thing called the Hincapi Bump, which we were planning to do, but we had to get back to Girona. This ride, like most things in Girona, were made famous by Lance Armstrong, who used Els Angels as a short but really intense ride that he did all the time. This built a folklore around the ride, and ever since it has been the ride to do when you get to Girona. Most people traveling from the United States will get to Girona around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect time to go drop off your bags at the hotel, go to the service course, or go to Eat, Sleep, Cycle, wherever you rented your bike, pick it up, and head out for Els Angels and just think about all the beautiful things that are going to come, and this ride will get you primed up for that. It also makes a perfect midweek recovery ride after something so difficult as maybe Rocacoba. You'll be able to reminisce about all the climbs and all the rides you've been doing and still be able to really absorb the tranquilness of this ride. But as we did, we used it as our final ride, a way to say goodbye to Girona on its most famous loop, and it really worked out spectacularly. It was absolutely gorgeous. I could not have asked for a better ride to just be in the moment and understand what I have done in Girona. The fact that I was overseas, traveling on new roads, Els Angels is kind of that perfect ride. To correlate it with something here in San Francisco, it's a lot like the Marin Headlands. It's just perfect. Well, I think that just about covers it. Els Angels, one of the most perfect rides I've ever been on, and absolutely a must if you go to Girona. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm not really on Twitter anymore, I'm on Facebook, and until the next time, I hope to see you out there on the road.